Joey Gallo needs to be, DFA, yada, yada. And the guy's like, Don Greco's like, oh, explain to me how he's hurting the team. And the guy's like, well, he can't, he's an automatic out. And he's like, but the Yankees are 14 games over 500, so he's really not hurting the team. And I'm like,
that just because your team's got a great record doesn't mean one player can't be hurting them.
He's not going to be here for the playoffs. You don't have to worry about that. And I'm like, okay. I mean, maybe I agree with that too, but it was just really funny. The guy was like going to bat for Joey Gallo.
The talk radio out here for New York. I mean, I'm sure Philly's the same down by Sean, but like the overreactions, it's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I love it.
I haven't listened to Philadelphia sports talk in years. It's atrocious.
Oh.
Can't even do it, right?
When Joe Girardi got fired, it was absolutely glorious. And then you guys started winning because I just listened to like all the clips on YouTube and stuff. It's pure gold.
All right, so we are live, by the way. Welcome, everybody. And we have reason to celebrate this morning because holy shit. I finished plus 3.74 units on the show and got last place. That's how much we cleaned up. VIP ticket finished plus 5.9. And Toasty went 16-3 plus 8.8 units last night. Holy shit. But before we get into tonight, we first need to address the elephant in the room. Prop Beaver, coming off, the guy was complaining about not getting in the green, finally gets into the green, then goes out for his birthday, and I believe what he sent to me in the text was whiskey sours. I think he was drinking whiskey sours. Text me this morning saying he's too hungover to work today. Luckily, Sean Redden willing to fill in at the last minute again. For one time, we got to get Sean Redden on when he has time to prep.
I also love how it was text message from Beaver that San Francisco win. We're all in the green. I'm coming. And then hold on. It's like. Can we push the show an hour back? Sure, no problem, Beaver. No problem. And then 4 more hours. I'm not optimistic I can do this.
Yeah, he was the reason we pushed it back to 12. I can't do it.
He said, I simply cannot cap a slate. Turns out ordering 4 whiskey sour doubles is not a sound idea.
Well, yeah, I knew I saw whiskey sour somewhere. So... See, to Araco here, yeah, Kershaw showed up, was perfect game through how many, but I mean, I bet Dodgers minus 1.5, so it's not like I faded him. I was just making fun of him a little bit. That's all. But we got a lot of games to get to, so let's cut the BS and get dirty. Toast, start us off on Chicago at Minnesota. Kind of a weird game to cap.
Little bit of a weird game to cap. And again, I don't like the spot that I'm in betting, thinking that Fat Lands has the advantage, but I'm in that spot today. I'm going to take the White Sox on the money line at plus 110 for 0.75 units. I just simply can't fade this team right now. If you look at Dylan Bundy and Lance Lynn, let's just put it this way. Lance Lynn hasn't looked great at all. He's had a couple okay starts, good starts, but besides that, he hasn't looked great. It's just a matter of me, do I really think he's that bad, or can we count on him to get back to a little bit better? And I think that we can count on him to get a little bit better. And I do expect him to give up some runs, but guess what? I expect the White Sox to score 5 or 6 runs today. So in my head, if I can keep Minnesota to 4 or 5, I think that I have a chance to win this game. And if I plus money with one of the hottest teams in the league right now, I got to do it.
I'll go second because I'm feeling the exact same way. So I'm just going to copy and paste it now because I did the exact same bet. White Sox money line plus 110 for 0.75. Now, I bet Lance Lynn in that start against the Giants, and I was kind of laughed at, and it hit. It was awesome. But then I backed him in the next start, and I looked like a clown. So I'm 1-1 when I'm backing Fat Lance on the mound. I'm backing him here again, and a big reason for it is Dylan Bundy on the mound for Minnesota. He's pitched really well against the White Sox twice. Tell me he's not bound to get smacked around today in his third try. Add on the fact that the White Sox bats are getting hot finally. I think it's like
healthy.
Healthy. I think it's like 4 or 5 games in a row where in that stretch they're averaging 5.5, 6 runs a game. So they're smacking the ball. So I can't believe I'm doing it. But the truth is, the White Sox have won 4 in a row and playing great baseball. So getting him at plus 109, we all know how good Lance Lynn used to be. Maybe some of that magic comes back. But the truth is, I think even if Lance Lynn struggles a little bit, the White Sox still will find a way to get a win here. So I'm on Chicago.
And yes, I am aware that Robert isn't in the lineup. That doesn't concern me.
Sean Redden, what do you have for us?
I'm actually on the same side as you guys. I'm surprised Toast was on the White Sox as much as he hates Lance. But
They're just playing too
yeah,
well.
No. You're going to give me the White Sox facing Dylan Bundy for plus money. I'm going to take it every time. I'm just not a believer in him. He's going to have to go a season where he goes like 20-0 and strikes out 300 batters before I decide to back Dylan Bundy. And like you said, he's pitched really well against the White Sox. So he's due for a bad performance. And I think Lance Lynn is much better than he's shown so far this year. So I think the more he pitches, the better he's going to look. He's still kind of just getting back into the flow of things. So I'm backing the White Sox here.
Are you going 0.75 units, just same as us?
Oh, no, I'm going full unit.
Full unit. Big money here. Big money. All right. Next game up. Reds at Cardinals. I'll start this one off. So, kind of similar to where I was at yesterday. I loved the spot for the Cardinals yesterday, and I really like it again today. I mean, how can you really make an argument against them? The batting slump that the Cardinals were in about a week and a half ago, that Dodgers series seemed to have knocked them out of it because the bats are back. We know that the Cardinals can hit the shit out of lefties. We've been through that. They've been one of the better teams hitting lefties all season. As we talked about, I think it was yesterday, we talked about it, Goldschmidt and Arenado, two of the best bats in the MLB at hitting lefties. So I love that they're going up against that kid Nick Lodolo, who's starting for Cincinnati. He's a lefty. He's a little shaky. Is he a kid? I don't even have his age in front of me. I thought he was a kid, but he actually might not even be a kid. But so I like the Cardinals lineup against this kid or this guy Lodolo pitching, and then
He's 24.
He's 24, so he is a kid. I like the Cardinals lineup against him, and then to top it all off, Miles Michaelis is pitching at home for St. Louis. So I'm doing the same exact SGP that Beaver did yesterday. Same exact thing. It's Cardinals money line and Cardinals team total over 3.5 comes out to be an even -110. And I'm going to go 0.75 units on it. Sean, why don't you go second here?
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way you are. Michaelis at home. I'm taking the Cardinals here. The Reds coming off a series where they overachieved drastically versus the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. They might be the national darling now with people looking to play on. But I don't see it here. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm going -1.5, and I got that at plus 105. And I'm doing that for a half unit.
Cardinals on the run line for plus 105 half unit. Toast, I think you're on the same side as us. What bets you got?
Yeah, this is plus money for the people. Cardinals money line, Goldie hit coming at plus 100 for 0.75 units.
All right. You know what? Rather than try to spell Goldschmidt, I'm just going to put Goldie hit. What's the plus money come out to be?
Plus 100 for 0.75 unit.
There we go. So Cardinals to win, Goldschmidt to get a hit. Yeah, looks like we're on 2 games in a row where we're all in agreement. That's not going to last. But we're off to a nice little peaceful agreeing start. Next game. Okay, next game's game 1 of a doubleheader. Stroman finally gets a shot at the Mets, the team he publicly defaced or disrespected, if you want to say. I like this. I mean, we don't usually go too deep into double headers, but Mets at -137. I'm putting that down. New York Mets money line -137, and I'll put 0.75 units on it. But at first, it was just a half unit, so it's not. This isn't a bet I love, partially because it's a double header, and partially because it's during the day. I'm not scared of Stroman. He doesn't scare me. It's more I'm scared of Taijuan Walker on the road. He's been very good this season, but if there is a spot where he could be vulnerable during the day on the road, this bet is basically the Mets are a much better team than Chicago, top to bottom. So I'll take it at -137. That's that simple for me. Toast, go second.
Yeah, I just couldn't agree more. I said it yesterday. We had a play on the Mets yesterday. Mets money line -130 or
I got it
137.
137. Yeah.
Go to DraftKings, guys. It's 130. But anyway, full unit for me. There's no. I don't even worry about it. Like I said yesterday, I think Buck wants this team to be playing well going into the break. Taijuan Walker's been an absolute stud for them, and Stroman really doesn't really impress me. And that New York lineup is just full of straight professional hitters. So no Marte today in the first game. Again, that doesn't really even bother me because you still have Nimmo, Guillorme, Lindor, Alonso, McNeil, Escobar. So I'm all over the Mets today.
2 votes for the Mets. Sean's probably going to fade the Mets because he's a Phillies fan.
No, I'm back in the Mets here. More of a fade of Stroman. I think he's going to be coming into this game too emotional, wanting to put on a good performance. And if you look at the past in his career, when he's had situations like this in Toronto, where it was like more of a head thing for him, he tends not to pitch that well. And the Mets are just a better lineup at this point. I'm actually doing a full unit on the Mets money line, minus 137, and I'm going to sprinkle the run line minus 1.5 at plus 130 for a half unit as well.
Okay, a unit and a half on the Mets for Sean.
I feel dirty, but yeah.
It's one of those. That's a unit and a half that like you wouldn't be too disappointed to lose.
Also,
Right.
really quickly too, Stroman only threw 4 innings his first start back, so it's not like he's going to be going super deep. And that Cubs bullpen is, I'll do my own Beaver, trash.
What did he say yesterday? He was like, he's going to hit a long ball or something.
Good shot.
He's not even in the comments, too. Dude is just sleeping while we're working.
Beaver.
Prop Beaver. Next game coming, in which turning out to be the weirdest series of all time, Royals at Blue Jays. I don't know what to make of this goddamn series. I'm going last on this one. Sean, why don't you start us off here?
I don't even know. I can't find a line.
That's right. That's why I said I was going last, because I was like, wait a second, I don't even know what I
Max
wrote.
Castillo is now named the starter for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and he's not even that great. I would actually play whatever this game is, whatever this total comes out, I would just play the over because Max isn't that. I mean, he was like 3-4 in AAA with an ERA over 3.5. So it's not like, I mean, I know he's a higher prospect, I'm pretty sure, but at the same time, like the Royals have been scoring runs. He's on a different planet than Alek Manoah. So,
right.
Yeah.
Minus 247, plus 247, minus 297. I don't have anything written down for this game, so I'm going to skip it.
I put going back to the well, minus 1.5 with the Blue Jays. I understand the pitcher is a new guy for the Blue Jays, but at the end of the day, we're still talking about the AAA Royals versus the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
We have a consensus line.
It was minus 144 with the minus 1.5.
Yeah, I'm seeing it at minus 144. And how much you betting on that?
A half unit.
Yeah, see, none of us. This game, there was too many question marks. I didn't even get to do any research because when I was doing my notes, I didn't even know who was pitching for Toronto. So, we'll just move on. Toast, do you have a bet?
Yeah, no, I don't. And I was just going to say why. Like, I would love right now, guys, to lay a unit and a half on that run line just like I did yesterday and take a free unit. But there's just, for me, and I love betting the Blue Jays, there's just too many question marks. Like, you don't want to get in a spot where you're minus one. I mean, a half unit's fine, but you don't want to make a big bet on the Blue Jays with a guy that you don't know on the mound. It's just not a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next game. Sorry, we usually give picks out for every game, but I just wasn't prepared. Sean's the only one that gave us some there. Pirates at Rockies. I'll start off. Not going to lie, love Pittsburgh in this spot today. Jose Urina's pitching for Colorado, and he's managed to hold it together for a couple starts, but trust me, I know this dude. He is a ticking time bomb that's just waiting to explode. I do not trust this guy at all. He lost me so many bets with the Tigers last year. And I think today's the day of the explosion. So let me put my bets here up on the screen real quick. I got Pittsburgh first 5 money line, which I got at plus 101 for a half unit. And I'm going Pittsburgh full game money line. I got a plus 110 for another half unit.
Well, the disagreement started early. I guess the disagreement starts now. I'm all over the Rockies again today. Give me the Rockies on the money line, -130 for a full unit. Actually, I really think that both of these guys have actually pitched pretty well lately, but the Rockies are rolling right now. Something like 11-5 or something their last 16, especially staying at home. I just like the Rockies today, and I think that once we get into the bullpens, there's a big advantage for the Rockies as well. And the Pirates are, what are they, like 18-30 on the road or something like that? Just not a spot that I'm trying to back the Tigers today. The Pirates today.
All right. Sean?
I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you, where I think Urania is a ticking time bomb just waiting to collapse. But I'm also not going to back either side here. In my opinion, the safest bet in this game is the over 11.5 at -115. I think both pitchers can get touched up and rocked. We're playing in Coors Field, so I'm not afraid of the huge line. Give me that for a half unit.
All right, Sean's on the over. But don't. I feel like, because I actually had a couple more points to say. I trust Mitch Keller more than I trust the scrub Jose Arena. So I think the Pirates have a serious pitching advantage. That's why I had to put the first 5 on there. Toast is right about the bullpen. Once it gets to the bullpen, Colorado has the advantage. But Mitch Keller is a righty. Now, the Rockies have been smacking both righties and lefties, but over the course of the season, they've been much better against lefties. So I think I think there's value there in that first 5, but I'm playing them both ways. So, next game coming. Braves at Nationals. Max Fried on the mound. Toast, go ahead and start.
I just got to keep on riding the Braves here. Braves -1.5 at whatever it is. I think I saw it at 145, but it might have changed a little bit now. Full unit for me. Max Fried has just been on a tear lately, and the Braves are obviously rolling as well. I'm honestly, I don't need to get it too crazy. Paulo Espino is not a guy that I can really get behind. Last time he was at home against Pittsburgh, he gave up 4 runs. He kind of shut Philly not Philly down. He 5 runs in 3 innings. He shut Miami down, but that's not hard. But these Braves the Braves bats are rolling right now. Advantages up and down the lineup. So I'm all over the Braves again today.
I'll go second because my first instinct was to take Braves -1.5 too. I actually think it's pretty reasonably priced for this matchup. But the reason I didn't jump on it was the Braves bullpen is pretty gassed. I think there's a good chance that their 3 main guys are not going to be available tonight. Not that they still can't cover 1.5 without those 3 guys. They can pretty easily. But it just made me switch it up. In my opinion, the more valuable bet, because of course I'm going to back the Braves. I'm not betting Washington. I did an SGP. Braves money line under 12.5 at -115. And I'll put a full unit on that because I actually really like that one. So yeah, Braves money line under 12.5 -115. SGP. Sean?
I should have done an SGP.
I'm actually riding the same exact bet as Toast. Give me the Braves on the run line -1.5. Braves are just rolling right now. Way better team than the Nationals. And then the pitching matchup is astronomical.
All right, so we got 2 Braves on the run line bets there. And then the SGP Lord strikes again with a dope one. Moving right along. Mariners at Rangers. I'll go first because this one's very simple. I've been saying it over and over again. They've now won 12 straight games. They're 19-3 in their last 22. The team's cooking. I will not fade Seattle until they lose a baseball game. So I got another SGP, pretty much the same exact one I did yesterday. It worked so well yesterday, so I'm doing it again. Seattle money line and over 4.5. That comes out to be -110. Putting 0.75 unit on that, but I have a second bet. This is just riding the trend here. I'm taking the over. 8. It's at -115, and I'll put just a half unit on it. I want to read the trends to you real quick because I'm sure you've noticed that the Rangers overs have been hitting, but it's not just the Rangers. Check this out. So, the Rangers are 8-2 in their last 10 to their team total over. The Mariners also 8-2 in their last 10 to the team total over. So both these lineups are overproducing. I get this line all the way down at 8 against two teams that are just over machines right now. Yeah, give me the over for another half unit. Toast, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Same exact bet as I did yesterday, guys. I love getting the Mariners, and if we can get it at plus money, I'm going to do it. Mariners money line over 5.5 SGP. That comes back at plus 110. I love it. I really do. Logan Gilbert has been a stud for them all year. This team is absolutely rolling right now.
So it's over 5.5, and that comes out to be plus 110 instead of minus 110.
Yep.
And how much you betting on it?
0.75 is good. Yeah.
All right, cool. Mr. Redden.
I'm on the same wave as you guys. If you guys remember, I actually wasn't on the show, but I was in the comments the last time Spencer Howard pitched, and I said that I would be putting a kidney on the other team. Good news, still got the kidney, and now I'm going to have even more money. I'm doing 2 units on the Mariners money line, and then I'm also going to do a half unit on the Mariners minus the 1.5 at plus 110.
2 units, and then also a half unit on Seattle minus 1.5 at plus 110. Laying big money on the Seattle Mariners money line. I mean, 12 in a row speaks for itself.
Spencer Howard pays out.
Yeah, that's a former Phillies prospect, isn't it?
Yeah. Then he got to the majors, could only pitch 2 innings and threw 91.
91. He goes and threw 91.
Just really quickly, guys, last time Spencer Howard faced Seattle, it was a couple years ago, but it was 2 innings, 5 runs. His last couple starts at home that he got beat up pretty bad. Cleveland, 3.2 innings, 5 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned runs. He pitched 3 innings of shutout ball against the White Sox when they were injured, and then Houston came in and he lasted a whole inning gave up 6 runs. So Spencer Howard, ladies and gentlemen.
To answer this guy's question, he was asking about saying last year when the Cardinals won 16s in a row, he said, at what point do the books try to the jig is up and price us out? And the way I would answer that is, like, I don't try to, like, wrap my brain around trying to figure it out. The phrase that Toast used and I stole and use all the time is don't try to catch a falling knife. So I'm just letting that knife fall. Eventually it'll spike into the floor, but it's just still falling. So rather than trying to catch and look when the price is like, oh, I don't know about, like, I'm just going to keep riding it, even if it is overpriced.
Because I think they got some people, like with the Orioles and the Cubs, making the Cubs favorites. They got me at one day. Like, I bet the Cubs one day because I was like, man, the Cubs are really calling us something here. I'm an idiot.
You tried to catch that falling knife.
Team. Yep.
You tried to catch that falling knife and it went right through your hand.
I did. It went. I think I got the too.
All right. Moving along to the next game. Oh, the Phils. Let's let our resident Philly fanatic, Sean Redden, start us off here.
I don't love this game, to be honest with you. Suarez is his first start back after an injury. He's been out for a little bit. And then for the Marlins, you have Meyer making his major league debut. Obviously, one of their top prospects has been lights out in the minors so far this year. I just don't know if I can get to a point where I love either team. So I'm just going to back the better lineup, in my opinion. And I'm going to do a half unit on the Phillies, minus 123 on the money line. Because, I mean, it's Meyer's debut. I'm not expecting him to be able to go deep into the game. Not just he won't be able to. I don't expect Mattingly to just let him loose in his debut. So I'm going to back the Phillies here.
How much you want to bet on it?
Half unit. Don't love it.
All right, cool. So he's on the Phillies. I'm also on the Phillies here. I actually have two bets, and it's not necessarily that I'm fading this young pitcher, because I don't know much about him. And Sean just said he's a good prospect. He's been pitching well in AAA. I didn't even know that. It's not that I'm fading him. I'm just 1,000% fading the Marlins lineup right now against a lefty starter. Because, damn, this team's numbers against lefties, in the past 2 weeks, they're 28th in OPS against lefties. In the past month, they're 24th. So not only did they suck, but they're getting worse. This team's just not hitting lefties at all. Combine that with the fact that Ranger Suarez is pitching for the Phillies. Not an ace by any means, but Ranger Suarez is much better on the road than he is at home. And, check this out. Ranger Suarez at home, he's 1-4 with a 5.15 ERA On the road, 5-1 with a 3.61 ERA. Another thing, the Phillies always seem to hit for this guy on the road. So it's not that I'm even fading this kid, Max Meyer, however you say his name. I got 2 bets, and they are as followed. Phillies money line, right with Sean, at minus 123. And I'm going to put a full 0.75 on that, more than a half unit. I agree that this game's shaky, but I'm pretty confident that the Phils get the win. And the other one, Marlins first 5 team total under 1.5. I think Ranger Suarez dominates, and I'll put a half unit on that. So those are my 2 bets. Toast, I'm pretty sure when I talked to you this morning, you said you like the Phillies.
Yep. Yeah, no question. And just remember, guys, not for the show, I don't care about that, but line shot, because Phillies are minus 110 on DraftKings right now. I'm taking the Phillies on the money line too at minus 123 for I'm gonna go 0.75 unit is fine for me. Meyer's good, but if you take a look at his numbers in AAA, 6-3 with a sub 2 ERA, it's great. But then when he moved up to AAA in that high A level, he was only 3-4 with an ERA at the 3.69. So at times, I think that he's definitely can get hittable. And with the Phillies lineup compared to how are the Marlins going to score runs? Like yesterday, they had 2 on, second and third, no out, and they get 1 run, and then they don't do anything the rest of the game. It's just really bad for Miami right now. They really need this All-Star break. And Philly's a team where they really need to stack up some wins in an East Division that has the Mets and the Braves in it and stuff like that. So, I'm all over the Phillies today.
Right. I mean, it's like they both said. I'm not even in love with the Phillies today. I just really think if they score 4 runs, it's a guaranteed win.
Yeah.
I would play the under, but it was overpriced all the way down to like 7 or something. So 7.5 maybe. So I just stuck with the Marlins under. All right. Next game, the Baltimore Orioles at Tampa Bay Rays. So finally, the Baltimore Orioles train crashes. But did it crash and burn, or is it time to reboard? The answer is it's time to reboard, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. I'm reboarding right now. In fact, I didn't even get off. I ate it in the crash, and I just resumed. I just took my seat again. I'm not getting off this train. Dean Kremer, is that how you say it? Kremer, Toast? Kremer?
It's like Alcantara. It's just how you pronounce it.
Let's just say Kremer. Dean Kremer, in his last 3 road starts, he's got a combined ERA of 0.51. In fact, 5 of his last 6 starts were scoreless outings. And he's going 5 2/3, 6 innings. I mean, he's not getting taken out of the game early. This dude is just dealing. He did have 1...
7 innings at Seattle?
Yup. Yeah, at Seattle, who's been touching the overs on left and right. He had 1 bad start against Texas, but other than that, this dude hasn't let up an earned run in over a month. Meanwhile, Ryan Yarborough's on the other side, just getting shelled at home. He's got an ERA over 7 on the season at home. Orioles can definitely hit left-handed pitching. Like I said, I'm not getting off this train. I'm betting them 2 ways. Give me the Baltimore Orioles money line at plus 105. Oh, I put question marks because they didn't have the odds up earlier. It's at plus 105. And I'll put 0.75 units on that, and then a half unit on the first 5 money line at plus 100. I can't believe Kremer versus Yarbrough, and they're giving us this first 5 line, to be honest. I think that's a gift. So, yeah, I'm on the O's. Sean, want to go second?
Yeah, sure. I'm on the same thing, jumping right back onto the Orioles bandwagon. Yarbrough has just been awful this year. He's been normally one of their most consistent starters, but he's been atrocious. Give me the Orioles on the money line for 0.75.
Did you see that comment?
Hilarious. Yes, I did.
I was trying not to laugh while Sean was talking, but that comment was hilarious. All right.
So I feel the same way as these guys. I hate to do that, but yeah, Orioles for me, money line for 0.75 units. And then I'm also going to take a stab at the over 7.5, which is coming back at minus 120 for just a half a unit as well. Both these teams seem to be hitting the ball pretty damn well right now. But I think that we're getting a discount on a Baltimore team that's obviously playing the best baseball they have all year and probably in 10 years. But not only that, they're one of the hottest teams in baseball if you're not named the Seattle Mariners. So the Rays bubble will burst at some point. Yeah, you got to take the plus money here.
That comment was so stupid, man. All right, next game.
It was good, though. I'll give him that. It was good.
All right, Detroit at Cleveland. Toast, why don't you start us off? I went to SGPville.
Yeah, I was just about to say I was going to SGPville as well. I just clicked out of it accidentally, but yeah, I'm going to be doing the same type of thing as I did yesterday, pairing Cleveland with an under 10.5, 11 type of deal. I'm sorry, not under 10.5, over 5.5 or whatever it is. Hold on, whatever it is plus money. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll be able to tell you.
Okay.
It's probably going to be 5.5. Cleveland money line. Yep, Cleveland money line over 5.5 for plus 105 for 0.75 units. So,
my SGP, ready for this? I'm on the under 12.5. So I did Cleveland money line under 12.5, and mine's at minus 110. I actually, let me go look at what I wrote down real quick. But basically, in a nutshell, it was, do you really think this Detroit Tigers team is going to hit right-handed pitching on the road twice in a row? Like, this team has been so bad. This is just a straight fade of the Tigers on the road against a righty. So, with this parlay I just put down, yeah, I put a couple bets on Zach Plesac yesterday, and yeah, they lost. But, number one, this parlay still would have hit, because Cleveland came back and won. They scored 11 runs total, so still would have hit, even if that happened yesterday. Number two, Cal Quantrill is better than Zach Plesac. That's number two. And number three, I seriously doubt, like I just said earlier, that the Tigers are going to hit right-handed pitching on the road twice in a row. They can barely do it once in a row.
Also, really quickly, I didn't say this with my bet, I forgot to, but I actually like Cal Quantrill at home a lot better, and especially coming off a performance against the White Sox where he kind of got shelved. I expect him to pitch much, much better today.
All right. And Sean?
I'm actually on the opposite, well, not really opposite Toast, but kind of opposite Toast. I'm not on the Tigers, but I am going to back both of these lineups here with this pitching matchup as well. I'm going to bet the over 8, and I got that at minus 115, and I'm going to do that for 0.5 units.
All right, so light bet on the over there. All right, next game. Looks like we have... Oh, we still got a few left. Next game, Oakland at Houston. I'm so upset with the Houston Astros right now. I put this stupid 6-team parlay down last night with 4 dogs, and all the dogs hit. I went 5 or 6. Houston money line was the only thing that lost. It's like a minus 205 bet. That's what blew it. Scumbags. So this is what I did for the Astros. You got Houston coming off a loss at home against the Oakland A's with Verlander on the mound. I mean, they're going to win this baseball game. So what I did was I parlayed it. I took Houston money line, parlayed with the Mets money line in game 2 because Max Scherzer's pitching. So that parlay comes out to be minus 114, and that'll be 0.75 units. Sean will go second this time.
Yeah, just for the same reasons you laid out. Off a loss versus the Athletics with Verlander pitching. This is the ultimate get-right spot for the Astros. I didn't have time to come up with parlays or SGPs or anything, but I'm not going to lay the 361 juice. So I'm just going to play the Astros on the run line here, minus 162, and I'm going to do a full unit on it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to back a play against the Astros in this spot. All right, Toast, what about you? Are you backing the Astros?
I'm back in the Astros, but I'm also going to pair them with the Padres on the money line. Padres have Manaea on the hill, but I just think that they're playing much better than the D-back. We'll get to that later.
What's that parlay come out to be?
Oh, I'm sorry. Minus 104 for 0.75 units.
Yeah, so we did kind of the same thing there. The Padres worry me though because they're facing a lefty, even though that lefty is Tyler Gilbert, who's kind of sucks. But they just it's lefties, they're shaky. But we'll get to there in just a moment. Next game, it's Bo Sox at Yankees. Possible game of the night here. Toast, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, I think, man, this one's kind of hard for me. I really want to take Boston in the first 5 again, but I don't know if I can. I think I'm just going to go back to the well. Give me the over 8.5 at -120 for – okay, let's go for a full unit. I love fireworks. I love this game. Obviously, we're going to be watching. We just saw this matchup not too long ago. I think both bullpens are kind of taxed up a little bit. I think that both starters can get touched up at times. Give me the over for sure.
I'm going to go second because I did the exact opposite. I'm going crazy sharp here. I got so we just saw, just like Toast said, we just saw this exact pitching matchup last Sunday. And both pitchers got smacked around pretty good. The final score of that game was 11-6 Boston. That game was in Boston. Now we're in Yankee Stadium, and I think we're going to see the exact opposite. I think both Pivetta and Tyone. Tyone's one, I really like Tyone. I like him a lot better than Montgomery. I think Tyone's going to pitch a great game, and I think Pivetta's going to pitch a great game too. So I'm going the under 2 ways here. I'm going under 8.5 at -105 for 0.5 units, and I'm going first 5 under 4.5 at -105 for 0.5 units. I realize everyone's on the over. This is definitely a sharp way to go here. Risky way to go with these two lineups against each other. That was just what I was feeling when I was capping this game out. Sean?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going back to the well. I'm taking the Red Sox money line plus 140 here. And then I'm going to take the over 8.5 as well. The money line I'm going to do for a half unit, and then the over for a half unit as well. Don't love them, but if you're going to keep giving me the Red Sox at this amount of plus money versus a slumping Yankees team, I'm going to take it. And then these two teams seem to hit the over every time they play, so I'm just going to keep riding that as well.
Sorry, that was Red Sox money line plus 140. How much on that?
0.5.
0.5 units, and then you said something, the over too?
Yeah, over at 0.5 as well.
All right, cool. All right. Got those. 3 games left, I believe. We're cruising along. I know I'm crazy for going on the under. I'm assuming. Oh, never mind. I thought someone was calling me out in the comments. Nobody. I'm sure they're thinking it. It's a crazy bet. Brewers at Giants, and what a comeback win for the Giants last night. I actually didn't realize that we had won that bet until hours later because I had turned the TVs off. I just had a movie on. And I assumed we lost because the Brewers came back and took a 5-2 lead. And then I saw Giants came all the way back and won. That was dope. I'm sticking with the Giants here. I'm going Giants money line. It's all the way up at -130, which I obviously don't love, but I'm going to lay a full unit on it. The Giants lineup has been really, really bad, as we know, against righties. Against lefties, you'd be really surprised to see their numbers. This is crazy. I had to double check, triple check this. And in fact, I'm going to pull it up again just to make sure it's accurate, because this is how little sense it makes. In the past 2 weeks, the Giants have a combined OPS of 1021 against lefties. That's first in the MLB by far. So they hit lefties. They're actually putting the ball in play against lefties. So this is a terrible spot for Eric Lauer, who already is shitty on the road. Yeah, he's already shitty on the road, and he's playing the team that's got the highest OPS against lefties in baseball right now in the last 2 weeks. He's got a 2.30 ERA at home, but his ERA on the road's 5.24. I think Lauer's going to get tattooed. I don't love Alex Cobb, but I mean, if he's pitching against Eric Lauer on the road against this lineup, I'm sticking with the Giants. Full game, -130. I glanced at the Giants' first 5 run line too. I ended up backing off of it, but yeah, that's where I'm at. Toast, go ahead.
I will go next because I absolutely love the Giants today. Again, I'm going to go a full unit on the Giants money line at -130, and just give me a sprinkle on the Giants -1.5 at +160 for a half a unit. Why am I doing that? Let me tell you why. I do like Alex Cobb. I actually think he's pretty damn good. But if you take a look at his numbers against the current lineup, so you're talking about Adames, McCutchen, Tellez, Yelich, Renfroe, Brasso, a combined 576 OPS in over 40 plate appearances. So that's a pretty decent sample size. He's pitched pretty well against them. And then, oh, by the way, that Milwaukee bullpen that everybody loves, well, Williams worked 3 of the last 4 days, and Hader just gave the game away last night, and I want to find the stat because it's pretty damn bad how bad he has been lately. His ERA is, let me find it. In his first 27 games this year, 3 earned runs with a 1.05 ERA for Josh Hader. Okay, in his last 6 games, 12 earned runs with a 24.92 ERA. That is not a mistake. 24.98 ERA for Josh Hader. Who's closing games in Milwaukee or for Milwaukee? All over the Giants today at home.
Sean, are you with us?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to take them for a full unit on the money line, -130. I actually, when I first started looking at the game, I wanted to take the under. Because I actually do like Alex Cobb more than his numbers show. And both of these lineups are struggling. But then I said it's kind of narrative based. But the way the Giants won last night, I just kind of expect their bats to come out on fire today. Because, 3 home runs, including a walk-off grand slam to end the game. You're going to come out fired up the next day. And I don't love the spot for the Brewers here, so give me the Giants.
All right. There's a lot of games where all 3 of us are on the same side. I like that. It'll make getting the VIP ticket together a lot easier. When we disagree, making that VIP ticket is challenging when we're all on different sides. Mets at Cubs. It's game 2 of a doubleheader. We don't even know who wins the first one. Tough to cap. I put this game Mets money line in a parlay with the Astros. That's what I did. So, did you guys even get a pick for do this one?
No, but I kind of want that same bet now that you did it. So.
I just put Mets run line lineup pending.
Yeah, all right. So we'll just leave this one blank because 2 games remaining. Here we are, Arizona at San Diego. Tyler Gilbert against Sean Manaea, and I'll start because I know we can all look and point at Sean Manaea and say, look, the Padres are going to win, and they'd probably be right, whoever did that. But how much value is there really here at -190? The Padres have been good, not great. Tyler Gilbert, although he really has struggled this year, like I said earlier, he's a lefty, and the Padres have been struggling to hit left-handed pitching for a while now. I'm not saying Tyler Gilbert is going to come into San Diego and shut that team down, but if he holds them to 2 or 3 runs in the first 5, then I should cash this bet. I'm taking the first 5 under 4.5. I'll put 0.75 units on it. Yeah, I know Tyler Gilbert. I'm taking any sort of under with this dude seems sketchy, but I just like the Padres lineup against lefties. Fading that spot has been generous to me, so I'm not going to put my guns down yet. Sean, why don't you go second?
Yeah, it's heavy juice. I don't want to lay the 1.5 here. With the Padres at home, I don't trust their lineup to be able to cover the run line at the moment. So I'm actually reluctantly going to go ahead and play the Padres on the money line here, -190 for 0.75 units.
Laying the 190. Sheesh. Toast, where are you at? I know you like the Padres. Oh no, you have them in a parlay.
Yeah, but I'm also going to give – you don't have to type it if you don't want to. But if you go Padres money line with Manny Machado and Jake Cronenworth to get a hit, it comes back at like +120 or something like that. I really like that one.
All right, cool.
+165, I'm sorry.
All right, and that brings us to our final game, the Battle of Los Angeles. as soon as I looked at the game and the pitching matchup, and I wrote this first bet blind, we copy based them on over. Dodgers run line again. It just keeps paying. I mean, 0.75 units on that, and I'll put a half unit on the over here. Let me finish typing this up. Let me open my notes up real quick. So, Urias on the mound. It's another lefty matchup in this series. Dodgers run line cashed easily last night, riding with it again. No analysis needed to back that bet. It's the Dodgers on the run line. They're 51 and 37 on the season on the run line. That's second in Major League Baseball. Second only to the Baltimore Orioles. The Angels bats are so god awful. I can't even put that into words. I'm also on the over. I'm just riding some trends here. These teams are playing heavy to the over. Both teams are 4-1 in their last 5 to the over. Yes, even the Angels are 4-1 in their last 5 to the over. Dodgers 4-1 in their last 5 to the over. So just riding a trend here with that over 8.5. Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not going to play the over, though, but I'm on a Dodgers run line for a full unit, -1.5. If they win, Toast has pointed out multiple times, they win by 2, and there's just no way in hell anybody could back an Angels team right now with the way this lineup is hitting. Give me the Dodgers -1.5.
Yep. I already know Toast has Dodgers -1.5. Anything else?
Yep. Yeah, for a full unit, though, I want to make sure I get my full unit play, especially, and the only reason I'm saying that and with so emphatically is I'm getting Urias for 2 revenge angles. One, he didn't really pitch well his last time out, and last year in Angel Stadium, I remember he didn't pitch very well either. So the Dodgers are absolutely rolling right now. You saw that last night, so there's no reason to stop playing it. And they're one of the most profitable teams too. So it's not like, I mean, as public and as square as it is, it's also very profitable.
Nice. All right, so there you have it. Toast, do you have a hit parlay? Because I actually don't have a parlay. I only have one, so I obviously have to save it for the VIPs. So, Toast, do you have you know what? I should build one, though, because my parlay on the show hit last night, and it was plus 853 or something. Damn.
Yeah, I just don't have the odds for it. That's the only thing.
It's all right. What is it?
It's kind of very similar to yesterday. Adam Duvall, Jose Abreu, Austin Riley.
Duvall, Abreu, Riley. There you go. Toast hit parlay. He's been really nice.
Quickly, why? Adam Duvall in 12 plate appearances has a 1,000 OPS and 2 home runs against Espino. Abreu in 21 plate appearances against that gas can Bundy, 750 OPS with 2 dingers. Riley, 818 OPS with a home run on Espino as well. You can do Riley Duvall hit prop for like probably -110. I'll be posting that to Twitter too. But yeah, just pay attention.
All right, so I threw a parlay together real quick that I like. This is not the one that I'm giving out on the app, but I do like this one. So it is Pirates money line. There we go. Pirates money line, Guardians money line, Phillies money line. Those 3 teams come out to plus 574. And I called yesterday's parlay Ricky Steamboat. I'm going to call this one the Manhattan Clam Chowder is the name of this parlay. Parlays have a higher hit rate if you give them a name. That's actually proven. So, Sean, do you have a parlay to give out for the folks?
Yeah, I do. This one's coming back at plus 693. It's the Dodgers -1.5. The Mariners on the money line. The Mets on the money line. The Cardinals on the money line.
4-legger there. Coming back at plus 693. I like it.
You don't have to type this, but for all the people that are watching, the Toasties top of the morning parlay, Cardinals, Mets, Mariners, Braves, all coming back at plus 512.
Cardinals, Mets, Mariners, Braves. You got it. All right, let's get this day started. I got to get the VIP ticket out for everyone, so let's call it a day. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Hopefully Beaver comes back for the Sunday morning live. If not, you'll see Sean again. Who knows where Beaver even is? He not only does he not work, he doesn't even support and watch. What a complete scumbag. So let's close it up. Everyone have a great day. Spread your money out. Bet smart. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Let's say We'll say like either 10 or 11 a.m. I'll tweet it out and I'll put the schedule up on YouTube so you can see it. Either 10 or 11 a.m. Have a great day. Just a lot of fucking action to lay tonight.
Yo, how pissed